Hey, this is Stacia, and we are getting very close to the end. I have 950 mate and twos done, 50 more to reach my goal of 1,000 mate and twos. I don't intend to reach it right now, but I do intend to make further progress. So let's do this thing. Here we go. I find this is a great warm up for my real studies. Let's put it that way. But I also think it served me quite well. So mate and two here for black. I mean, could it be this move? It's kind of a funny looking move, but I guess they could stop checkmate though because actually they're already stopping checkmate and they can also like stop checkmate. So I don't think it's that. It could be this though. It could be that, but I don't think it's that either. So what about just checking here? I just thought this can't be it, but oh, it is that. Why is that? Why did I roll that out so quick? That's definitely a really nice checkmate pattern where the knight covers the dark square, and the queen's covering the light squares. So they make a good team. What can we say? Yeah, I've been like playing way too much blitz lately, and worse than that, lazy blitz. And I could tell even at my play in Parma that I'm a bit too practical, a bit too impulsive lately. I think puzzles, maybe some game analysis, and some longer time control chess is going to be like some serious study is going to be my way back. And hopefully just give up blitz for a little bit. I have historically needed breaks from blitz. And I think this is one of those times. All right, I think we literally sack the queen here because after takes, we get this rook g8, which is checkmate. And if they don't take the queen, that's checkmate. So it is that. This one's probably rook takes pawn because that would be checkmate. And then if they take, we get this reloader. Shout out to Martin Wachwishnik, I don't know, from Chess Tactics from scratch. He coined this the reloader because you put something on a square, it gets taken, you take with something else. Looks pretty good. Usually the reloader means the same piece, but you know, sometimes it's not the same piece, but the same theme. Find the best move for black here. Sure, we could do that. I mean, it looks like a pretty nice position. So our problem is the knight's hanging. Don't always have to care about that though. So the first thing I want to look at is this check, because that's a check. And there's only one move there, and that's to take the knight. So once they take that, do we have a checkmate? That's what I want to know. Do we have a checkmate? I believe we do. No, maybe not. I was going to say here, but they will take us. Dang it. But we do have this knight. Is that good enough? Might be. Check here. Check. Rook guards the bishop. Pawn guards the dark squares. Knight guards dark squares too. Bishop guards light squares. Pawn guards light square. It is me. It's very nice, isn't it? Mates like this are very like appealing. I don't know, I like it. find the best move for black here. Sure. Now in a game, you know, I want to play this, but I am seeing that we're down a queen. So apparently we've sacked material because we saw a checkmate earlier. So now we have to find the checkmate they meant. Probably is this, but is there a mate after? I believe there is with knight of 3. I'm not sure though. Do they get away? Like if check, here, check. Nope. Knight also guards it. I kind of forgot that for a second. There we go. Okay. Find the best move for black here. I mean, this looks pretty good, but they escape. Do we have a mate or not? That's the question. So actually, we probably take with the queen because that would then take away their escape square, right? Now they're forced to do one of two things. They can either go king h1 or they can play queen g2. If they play queen g2, we're going to mate them. That's easy. And check here. Pretty sure we just slide the rook over. I'm not totally sure though, because it doesn't seem like mate in 2, given that there is this move, queen h4. So that would be mate in 3. That's the only reason I'm hesitant. So check here. Do we have a better move? Probably is a better move. What is it? I don't know. I don't see a better move, actually. Oh. Maybe we slide this back over and now the rook covers it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think these kind of moves, like, they still throw me off, even though I've seen them so many times now. Just these moves of, like, moving somewhere and just slowly move back, but it's totally different, right? This pawn's gone now. Rook controls everything. Now we play here. A lot of people would do this, just also completely fine. Oh, actually, it's just not as good, though, is it? The queen could even sack there, which I didn't consider either. This is very definitive, however. It's checkmate. Okay, let's keep going. Where's our mate in 2? I'm sure there is one. So I'm very tempted to play here, even though it's not a check. It threatens checkmate. It's also a free pawn. I mean, I'm not really one to take pawns, but you know, that one looks kind of good. All right, and then if they move the knight, you know, if they move the knight somewhere, it doesn't matter, it's still checkmate. So how can they stop mate? Well, they would have to move the queen, I guess. Yeah, and that probably would stop mate. So I'm not convinced. Not convinced. I found the right idea here. Oh. That's a check. That's a pretty good check. That's like pretty much mate. The reason it's mate in 2 is they can block with a pawn. Then it's mate. Okay, that's much better. I still need more of these mates, even after 1,000 of them. And I did really slow down at the end there. But when I was doing tons of them, I feel like it really helped my chess. So I think giving up blitz and doing serious study until the Cincinnati Open has to be my approach. I don't think everyone has to give up blitz like I do, but I think I do have to. So I think check here is the answer. I mean, if they go here, I have this mate. So I don't see anything wrong with that. So okay, now we go. Where's the mate? There's this check. Could go here, I guess. Not really seeing a mate. I think it's a reloader again. We have this rook d6, pawn takes, and then we replace it with this, and that's like a sideways like hook mate. Notice the knight continues to guard that square. There's a pawn here. Looks good to me. Let's do it. Okay, find the best move for white here. This looks very tempting. I guess they go here. Is this checkmate? I believe it is. Looks like a table mate to me. Or as my student Akala would say, swallowtail mate. I think that's what you call that. Yeah, he watches a lot of Chess Kid videos, which I've learned Chess Kid has really stepped up their game. The videos he has shown me, they're quite nice. Like, I approve. But no surprise there. Mike Klein is, he's good at what he does, you know? So notice they didn't take the queen this move, because this would be Bowden's mate. So I still want Bowden's mate. Almost certainly we sack there. That will distract the pawn. And then we play here. And we get what I call the bishop square of death. Yeah, so I think that looks good. Indeed it is. I only wanted to do 10, but now I kind of want to do a few more, so we'll do a few more. More mate in twos. More. Okay, find the best move for black. I like this position. It just looks interesting, right? A lot going on. I love positions like that, but there's a lot going on. The one thing that sticks out, though, is this king's in the center. That can't be good. This rook's covering that whole file. Yeah, I was kind of wondering about sacking. Oh, it's probably this, but let's look at it. I just have a feeling it is, but because that pawn is pinned, and that's a pretty nice check, right? It's a pretty nice check. So if we do this, the king must move. He has very few squares. The only one he does have is this. So all we need is a mate. The knight guards this square then. Pawn guards this, so I think it's this. They don't have time to take our knight still because they're in check. Actually, they're in mate, so I'm pretty sure that's the answer. Double checking because I'm a little bit... Yeah, it's definitely mate. Okay. Always good to double check in chess. There's no shame in that. If you see something, you're like, wait, is that right? That's a red flag because, you know, and actually it's a good thing if you say, wait, is that right? I think it's a good thing. It's not for blitz necessarily, but it's very good for over the board classical chess, because if you suffer in some kind of position for 3 hours and then you go to make some kind of tactical move, you know, you probably want to double check it. Otherwise, you waste 3 hours of your life. I mean, waste, no, but you know what I mean. If you put all that time in to win, you want to win. Okay, what's our move here? Wow, this one's kind of weird, isn't it? Maybe not. First I was thinking, if we check them here, if they go here, that's mate, which is kind of funny. So they can't do that, but they do have this move and they have this move still. So I don't think it's that. What is it then? Okay, this one's not jumping out at me. It's the first one that I don't really have a immediate idea. I want to make a knight move. I like, you know, these checks here. We have to look at these, right? I mean, if takes though, they could take with a pawn or a rook. I mean, if they take with a pawn, do I have some crazy move? I mean, I have check. That's not mate though. And this is mate in 2. Could it be a slow move like this? This is a question I have. I'm setting up mate in 2. But black can do like anything there. So I feel like we should rule out more checks first. So like, okay, I ruled this out. This seems silly. If we go here, I mean, they don't even have to take the knight, right? I mean, like, they don't have to take it. They could go here and like, how am I mating them? I'm not exactly sure. Check, they run. I don't see anything there. So any other checks? We looked at this briefly. There's this. I don't see this stuff working at all. Check here. Oh, could it be this? Then the knight gets to take on e6. Ooh, I think it is this. That does guard this square. That's an escape square. So check. Yeah, actually it's just plain mate. It's just plain mate if they don't take it. So they have to take it. They should take with a rook because that's the only way to do it. But that gives us this move. Now, is that mate? I believe it is. It's that same pattern I showed earlier. Just really, this is a cool one. That one was a bit of a blind spot for me. Not a surprise, right? I'm 1700. I'm not a GM. Or I'm 1800, sorry. I'm not used to being 1800. So I'm 1800 apparently, and I still have holes in my checkmate patterns. But that's why we're doing this. That's exactly why we're doing this. Okay, almost certainly it's this, because check, take, mate. I don't see anything to worry about here. I guess they could hide or something, but then I go, where's the mate? There must be a mate. That's not mate though. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on a second. It might be queen takes. Because then when they take, no wait. Yeah, it might be. I like the fact that the rooks are doing that. That helps a lot. So if queen takes, takes. I'm threatening this though. And they could check, take. Is that mate? It is mate. Yeah, I think it's queen takes. Yeah, it was. If we took with the rook, the king could actually run a bit. We don't want that. It's better to not let him run. I mean, it seems like a basic thing when you're trying to mate somebody. Maybe not that basic. You know, that's something I didn't get right away when I was learning chess, but I did. It does feel pretty natural now to guard escape squares. But I can tell you that I'm also, you know, it's taking a long time for me to really understand how to do that when I'm attacking. How to settle down with the forcing moves and like play some slow move that keeps my opponent in a bind. Like, those moves are harder to find, for sure. Because you do have to understand all your opponent's ideas and know that they don't work, which is, of course, much harder. If you're playing a good player, watch out. They're going to have a lot of ideas. Okay, where's our mate? I'm thinking here. Oh no, they attack our bishop, and then we go here. Is that mate? Sure seems like it to me. Okay, wow, we might wrap these up. We might wrap these up. And then I'll have to start some new series. Pretty much, I'm planning on working on endgame. So that is what my coach is suggesting. He gave me a book. My student, Jacoby Matt, one of my star students, he also needs to work on endgame. So if we're working on it together, that's a good thing, right? He's like my student / training partner at this point. Well, he has been for a while, let's be honest. All right, where's the mate? I mean, check is something that I like, but they go here. Oh, we have this. The rook's hanging if I do that, right? So can't do that. This is not a case where we can play a slow move, right? Because they're going to have all kinds of discoveries here. And checks. And, you know. When that's the case, you cannot play slowly. Okay, you've got to play forcing moves. I mean, that's a check. Just don't really believe it. That's a check. I don't believe that either. It's got to be this. Okay, they're attacking our rook. Okay. Oh, knight goes there. It's a little bit of a clearance theme, because check here. And we clear the h6 square for the knight. Now the knight checks the king, attacks the rook. The bishop remains there as well. So that is checkmate. So I'm going to soak in that pattern because that's not one I saw quickly either. Okay, find the best move for white. It might be this, actually. I was looking at this, but they run out, which signals to me that maybe we got to take away that square first. And, you know, if they block with the rook, now that's checkmate. So they can't block with the rook. So they must move, right? What else? They must go there. And then, in theory, we have a checkmate. And I think we do. I think we have knight to f6 because this is then pinned. They step into the pin. We use the pin. Rook guards this. Knight takes this. Queen takes this. Looks pretty good. Find the best move for white here. Okay. Sure. In a game, I would really want to play that. But I guess they take, and then I say, oh. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my famous lines. Oh. It's not something you want to say usually. Okay. What do we do? Do we literally check here? Because that would be mate. If they take us, we play checkmate. And if they block, the queen is then pinned, we play checkmate. It is that, and that's a checkmate. Checkmate wins the game. That's what I tell the kids. That's why we're doing this too. You know, I can study openings, but, you know, better to study how to finish the game. That's, you know, that's how you make progress as a player. Hey, I know how to play this opening very precisely now. Yeah, that's great, but, you know, then your opponent checkmates you anyway. Like, you played the opening great, lost your advantage in the middle game, got low in time, and then your opponent checkmates you. So what's more important, the opening or the ending? The ending. Newsflash. It took me a long time to understand that. Even though all the coaches said it all along. I just didn't want to listen because I like openings. I don't know why. I just do. I think we just sack the queen and play here. This looks pretty normal. The knight does guard the square. As soon as I saw that, you know, pretty normal. Mate. Find the best move for white. Okay. Bishop is pinned. We might be able to use that. We do have a check over here. And since the bishop's pinned, I have a feeling it might be a good check. Like check and they block it. Oh no, but the bishop's not really protecting. Check. That's checkmate. And they have no other move, right? There's nothing. Okay, find the best move for black. This one's an easy one. Check here, checkmate. Oh, never mind. Good thing I saw the knight. I saw it. Okay, check here, checkmate. Actually, yeah. It's still easy. Okay, find the best move for black. I see a check here, I see a check here. What is it? I don't like that, so maybe we check here. And then we take away this whole thing. So, you know, come here, kingy. And then he goes here, and then the queen guards all of this. So we just play checkmate. Pretty sure that's the answer. And it is. Okay. Let's keep going. Wow, we're gonna maybe wrap this up. I don't want to wrap it up though. So we're gonna stop soon. I want a different video to end it. And I'll probably be on camera for it and share something interesting. I don't know. Where's our mate? Where's the mate here? Oh, I found it. I mean, I see a way to mate in more than two, but that's what's nice about this. There is a mate in two, and I wouldn't have found it right away. Yeah, I think it's this check. I do believe it's this check and not the rook check, and I'll tell you why. If we do this queen check, king h7, now the rook's available for this, and that is checkmate. I mean, I was looking at trying to like maneuver down and check and force them here and then check, but all of that is too slow. Once again, you know, we can't allow this check, we can't allow this. Like, there's stuff here for black to do. We don't want to let them do anything. Never let your opponent do anything. That's one of my rules. Too bad I don't follow it, but you know. But this check is different because they undefend the pawn. Okay, let's see where we're at now. 1, 2, 10, 19, 23. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more and get to and do 25. Okay, and then I'll be at 975, which is nice. Probably this check. They go here. Do we have a mate? Do we have a mate? Yep, we take the rook. Okay, hold up. I can't take the rook now. Wow, this is pinned, so we make a queen. Okay, that one almost got me. I thought for sure they were just gonna, you know, play king g1, or king b1 rather. Find the best move for white. Could be a pawn move. I'd be too surprised if it's a pawn move. Could be this. I like just forcing the king. Yeah, I think it is this actually, because then they only have 1 square. And then we check. That should do it. I was wrong. I'm pinned. I didn't see the pin. Okay. Disgraceful. Well, I don't want to see the solution. I want to try again. Can I try again or not? I can try again. Now that I know they're pinned, I'm looking at this. This is better. Force them here. Ooh, this is mate. Yeah, the pawn checkmate. Okay, one last one. Find the move for black. I mean, this is a move I might try in a game because it attacks that, but you know, that's like an empty threat. They could defend it. Well, can they? I go here. But they could definitely check us. Probably no need to allow that. Ooh, getting tired. Let's see. Where is a better mate than that? I mean, this check is what I want to do. I go here. I go here. That should be mate. Okay. It's a way better mate. That one's nice and clean. And that's another reason why we do this. Nice clean checkmates. Okay, so we did 25. I'm upping my actually I'll pull it on screen so you guys can see. It's very satisfying, of course, too. I'm just using one of those sticky note things on Mac because why not? It's nice and easy. It's always there for me to remind me to do them. So 975 out of 1,000. Now, originally, I wanted to do this before the end of the year. So it took a lot longer than I thought. But there was a lot going on in between. So I do think it's important. If you don't finish your goal in the intended time frame, it's also better to achieve the goal anyway, you know, than to just give it up. I think when you drop a goal like that and just take up something new, you're just inviting a pattern of that in your life, where you set a goal and then you don't achieve it. And if you continue that pattern enough, you'll just start to not believe that you can finish anything. You'll just be like, oh, why even set a goal? I won't achieve it. So I think it's much better if you don't achieve it in the timeline that you originally set. Don't sweat that, okay? That's not a big deal. What is a big deal is if you give it up entirely. I think it's really important to stick to your goals. If you need to adjust the timeline, okay, fine. But at least the timeline can serve as a guidepost, and it can serve as a little bit of incentive as well. Because I didn't achieve my goal, but how many Mate and Tues did I do in December? Over 500 at least, right? So in that sense, when I look back at the concept, it was a success. Even though I concretely didn't finish exactly what I wanted, the benefit I will get from it is almost the same, pretty close. So, but if you can achieve a goal in your time frame, that's even better, because that will give you confidence that when you set your mind to something and you put a time limit on it, you will in fact achieve it. And that is a very powerful personal thing that you need, I think. When I was a cornhole champion, I did set goals. I missed the timelines there too, but I never gave up. And everything I did was fueled by a passion, I would say. So keep your chess passion burning. If you're working too hard towards a certain goal, because the goal is too hard, or you just don't enjoy that working towards that goal, then sometimes it is okay to let go of it. Okay, but I would be, you should feel guilty about that though. Like, don't just let go of a goal and be like, oh, no, it's fine. No, you should feel guilty. Don't set a goal, not achieve it, and then think that's totally okay. It's not. But sometimes it is necessary. And I did have times where I had to let go of goals. But I think overall, it never was enough to chip away at my belief in myself that I would achieve any goal that I set. So I always had the belief that if I set a goal, I would achieve it. These days, not as much, and that's something I'm working towards now, because I'm older and things are a bit harder than they used to be. And yeah, I've got a little bit of some health issues going on, quality of life, basically, but it's nothing serious. It's just annoying. But overall, anyway, I'm blabbing, so I will end the video here. But if you enjoyed my little talk at the end, let me know, because I can talk about stuff in more detail, and I have a lot of knowledge to pass on based on my time as like a champion and stuff. But and as an adult improver, taking up chess at 35 and getting to 1800 sounds sort of impressive. But if I can get to 1900, I'll be a lot happier. And if I get to 2000, I'll be very ecstatic. And if I get to master, just look out. Like, I'll be so happy if I get to master. And I'm still going for it. So this is Stacia. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.